Just to give a quick snapshot of the world violence report, you got 35 civilians who were killed in Cameroon. We got 200 boots on the ground, military a base. We got 2 military bases, boots on the ground, 200 Americans, plus a drone aerial assault vehicle. So we are in Cameroon. 35 civilians have been killed in Cameroon by Paul Biya's government. And no doubt he's inspired by Donald's kill them and all their family rhetoric. So, dozens of civilians were killed in the Saudi Arabian massacre in Yemen in response to the downing of one of their planes. 31 were killed, 31 civilians. So the Iran-backed Houthi rebels are the enemies of the Saudi Arabians. And their Tornado aircraft went down, so they just started killing a bunch of civilians. Yeah, so the genocide in Yemen, which is Saudi Arabia could do that because of the cover that the U.S. government, Donald Trump, gives them. He's got a hotel there, too, so he's got business dealings. He's going to don't worry about Donald. He'll profit off of all this. 31 reported dead in Mali. So there's killing in Mali, killings in Cameroon, killings in Yemen. There's 9 people were killed at an arcade in Mexico. Apparently 4 people walked into an arcade, asked a couple of questions, and then just started firing with military-grade weapons and killed 9 people at an arcade. 4 people were killed in Nicaragua. 4 indigenous community leaders were killed for their land. And 2 quotes from Edward Snowden. I don't want to live in a world where everything that I say, everything I do, everyone I talk to, every expression of creativity or love or friendship is recorded. Truth is coming, and it cannot be stopped. So I want to read a preface out of this, a paragraph out of the preface. What makes a life? Asked Edward Snowden. What makes a life? More than what we say, more even than what we do. Life is also what we love and what we believe in. For me, what I love and believe in the most is connection, human connection, and the technologies by which that is achieved. Those technologies include books, of course, but for my generation, connection has largely meant the internet. Before you recoil, knowing well the toxic madness that infests that hive in our time, understand that for me, when I came to know the internet was a very different thing. It was a friend and a parent. It was a community without border or limit, one voice in millions, a common frontier that had been settled but not exploited by diverse tribes living amicably enough side by side, each member of which was free to choose their own name and history and customs. Everyone wore masks, and yet this culture of anonymity through polyandry produced more truth than falsehood because it was creative and cooperative rather than commercial and competitive. Certainly there was conflict, but it was outweighed by goodwill and good feelings, the true pioneering spirit. So I want to do an update on Colorado. Today is my election day because I'm going to vote today and turn my vote in. So there is some controversy with Colorado's ballot. First, you got a bunch of dropouts. So don't you fucking vote for Cory Booker, Marianne Williamson, Andrew Yang, or Deval Patrick or John Delaney. Don't you fucking dare! Not only did John Delaney drop out, but he's a piece of shit. Don't vote for John Delaney, Colorado. Do not waste your vote. You did all that time and put it in just to waste your vote. But not only are there a bunch of unknowns, 3 unknowns, and they don't even have like a campaign page or nothing, including Rocky De La Fuente, which is where the controversy surrounds them. But you got a lot of people that have dropped out, so don't waste your vote, Colorado. Just vote for Bernie Sanders. That's the easiest. That's the easiest way to handle this. So Rocky De La Fuente III is listed on Colorado's Democratic primary ballot. Somebody said, you know what? Rocky De La Fuente is a Republican. I saw Rocky De La Fuente's name. I don't remember if it was the 3rd or the 1st or who the fuck it was in California, too. So Rocky De La Fuente is getting his goddamn name out there, but Rocky De La Fuente is actually Republican, so Senior the 1st. So the Rocky that's listed on Colorado's Democratic ballot is Rocky De La Fuente the 3rd. So that's different. It's Rocky 3, Rocky the 3rd. and not his father. So his father is a Republican, but his son or his grandson is a Democrat. So this weird family affair where they're just putting their name on the ballot and not telling anybody who they are or what they stand for or why they're running. Why is this? I mean, if anything, just think about the Rocky De La Fuente strategy of just put your name on the ballot and see what the fuck happens. Jared Polis had posted a picture recently with a pit bull. Denver approved a pit bull ban, so that's why he had a pit bull in the governor's Capitol mansion or whatever. The 5 states, the 6 states, Colorado, since I live here, but on Super Tuesday that I'm going to pay attention to the most is Utah, Minnesota, Maine, Vermont, and Oklahoma. Those are Bernie states, so I look forward to the results, the returns out of Vermont, right? That's where he's from, but also Maine. They legalized marijuana. They got instant runoff voting, ranked choice voting in Maine. Minnesota, be Amy Klobuchar's, hometown. Utah, which are a bunch of Mormons. It's fantastic. Thank you, Utah, for vote for Bernie Sanders in 2016. These are the states. Tennessee, Alabama, I don't really have much hope for. Arkansas, I don't have much hope for either. But Bernie has, a crossover appeal, right? In Colorado, apparently there's 10 candidates in the Democratic campaign for U.S. Senate who are vying to take Cory Gardner's place, and the Democrats are going to take Cory Gardner's place. So whoever the 10 candidates, one of them is going to emerge victorious. The caucus system of Colorado will decide. There's the primary. Some will vote for Bernie Sanders in the primary today. The primary actually extends themselves to people who are almost 18 but not 18 yet. So 18, if you turn 18 years of age by November 3rd, 2020, that's the date of the general election, then you're allowed to vote in the primaries. This is important because it expands voting. It actually opens the door for younger voters to get in, and if they're going to turn 18 years of age by the general election, then it makes sense to get them involved in the process because they will be legal 18-year-old adults whose vote will count and whose vote will matter come the general election date, November 3rd, 2020. And, so make sure everybody knows that when it comes to the Colorado primary, that, voting is expanded to not just 18-year-olds, but people who are almost 18 years of age. Ballots in Colorado's primary are due 7 p.m., March 3rd, 2020, so expect some Colorado results around 8 p.m., you would think, an hour that, they could just, tally it up in an hour. There's some news for Colorado. A New Jersey man had suffocated to death after he got caught in a chairlift at a Colorado ski resort. People always dying on the mountains. People always doing adventure shit, bears, wild shit. A lot of crazy shit happens in Colorado. Always people falling off these damn mountains. So he was at a ski resort. He fell through an opening in the chairlift. He got caught with his coat wrapped around his head and neck, and it hung him. It killed him. He died of positional asphyxia. Some folks offered CPR, but it didn't help. So, RIP to the New Jersey man who died in a Colorado ski resort. You're going to have a bunch of rallies. Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, Pete Buttigieg, Joe Biden, all coming to visit Colorado. You already had a rally for Bernie Sanders in downtown Denver, the 5,000-seat capacity Belco Theater inside the Colorado Convention. So he talked about the right to higher education, teachers making $60,000 a year, public college and trade schools free. So he was holding a rally. He held the rally already in Colorado. He's been all over the place. He's been in Washington, Nevada, Texas, Colorado. Pete Buttigieg hold a rally in Colorado, a town hall rally February 22nd, which is actually the same day as the Nevada caucuses in Aurora, Colorado. Donald Trump is holding a rally February 20th, Colorado Springs at the Broadmoor World Arena. So in 2 days from now, today's February 18th, 2020. An earlier VIP rally with Donald Trump will cost you $2,800 per person. Donald Trump and Cory Gardner they have a joint fundraising effort, and a photo with Donald Trump will cost you $25,000. So yeah, he's really appealing to the poor working class. The good old Donald. He really cares about the cab drivers. It's not the you don't care about the wealthy, the rich, and the elite. No, no, no. He hasn't been dying to be a part of the establishment his whole life. I hope he's enjoying this thing. I mean, he's been dying to be. Now he is the establishment. So. Yeah, so you got a bunch of rallies. Joe Biden is going to attend a high dinner fundraiser somewhere in the Centennial State, Colorado. Leroy Garcia, I saw him post a very lonely picture of himself with Joe Biden. It was just him with a selfie, I think. He got 4 likes on Twitter, no comments. An avalanche happened in the Vail area. 2 men are presumed dead. So the mountain, got 2 more guys. So a New Jersey man and 2 Colorado men are not presumed dead. I saw articles that said that they are dead because there's search and rescue crews. We're still searching for the 2 men. There's 3 men to begin with. There was snowmobiling, and then the avalanche happened in Eagle County, Colorado, and the avalanche took 2 men. So the mountains have taken 2 Colorado men and a New Jersey man. So be careful on these mountains, Colorado. Make sure you go out and go vote for Bernie Sanders. And yeah, the only thing you can that can beat a right-wing populist is a left-wing or a right-wing populist. The only thing that can beat a populist is another populist. So you have to have Bernie Sanders. The only thing that can beat a populist is another populist. So you have to have a populist if you want to actually have any shot, any goddamn chance at beating this Fuhrer, this fascist Fuhrer fuck. This fascist Fuhrer fuck. Anyways, vote for Bernie. Peace.